Come gather round, people, wherever you roam.
The year was 1964. Bob Dylan's The Times They Are Changing hit the top of the charts. The U.S. escalates the bombing of North Vietnam. President Lyndon B. Johnson signs the Civil Rights Act of '64. And here in Tucson, the Salvation Army opens the Hospitality House for homeless men.
For the times they are changing.
And as it does, the times continue to change. Today, the Hospitality House is doing something it never thought it would be forced to do. Today, it is housing families with children.
We just say tomorrow's got to be a better day, you know. So we just hang in there together.
Tracy, her daughter, and 2 grandchildren were 1 paycheck away from being homeless. And then it happened. A job was lost and rent could not be paid. They were on the street. They slept in their car and ran out of food.
You know, that hurts with the kids, you know. I'm hungry, and you say, well, I'm doing the best I can do, you know. And you just have to just hang in there with it. Don't give up is the main important issue here, is don't give up.
As a community, we have all felt the impact of these tough economic times. The result is that the homeless population of families in our own backyard is growing at an alarming rate.
Hello there, I'm Bud Foster. As a newscaster for more than 37 years, I've done countless stories on people who need a helping hand up or maybe need a little more time repairing their shattered lives. The Salvation Army Hospitality House is on the front lines here in Tucson, helping the homeless in our community with their most urgent of needs. And without a doubt, one of the most difficult tasks is making sure that families stay together. And the Hospitality House is one of the few shelters in Tucson that can do that. But the fact of the matter is, time has taken its toll, and the shelter needs to be replaced.
You see, the building has grown worn and is teetering on the edge of condemnation.
Some of the stories that are inside that door there are quite interesting. You know, the way families have struggled and had to try to hold together, keep each other together, tremendous. Some of them are very resilient people as well. They're very strong characters, and life is taking its toll on them.
Most of us have never been inside the Hospitality House. Major Peter Clack says one good look around should be all you need to be convinced that this place should be torn down.
Well, this is the kitchen. And you can see the stove is managing to keep going all right, but we'll live with it. I've had tours with people around here and said, now how would you like to be taking a shower? Hello? There's nobody here. In this facility here. Well, it's just an open trough with an open shower with 4 shower heads on, and there's no privacy.
And when you're talking about maintaining someone's dignity, instead it's demoralizing.
Yeah, we're just treating them like cattle.
Now, for years, the Salvation Army has done all that was humanly possible to keep this facility open. It is now apparent that a new facility is much more cost-effective than continuing to waste money on Band-Aid repairs.
That's why we need to do something desperately now. It's urgent, it's important. We've been pussyfooting around this problem for how many years? Society said, the problem doesn't exist. We've said, we'll manage, we'll keep going. Well, it's come to crunch time now. We can't manage anymore.
The first phase of the new planned facility is an $8 million project. The Salvation Army owns the land and has already raised $2.5 million, but the rest must come from our community.
These places are very important for people like us, you know. We didn't have a place to go. And it helped us.
Even as it sighs its last breath, the Hospitality House continues to embrace families like hers.
The message to the community is, do you want this to continue like this, or do you want to improve the status for people? We can't continue like this. We feel ashamed of this building. We need to do something worthwhile. And the community should feel ashamed of this building as well.
In 1964, the year the Hospitality House opened, there was great social change in the air. Many good people sat silent, believing someone else would surely step up and do the right thing. In that same year, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. wrote, "History will have to record that the greatest tragedy of this period of social transition was not the strident clamor of the bad people, but the appalling silence of the good people." Now, this room is filled with good people, and we as a community should not go silently into the night. The Salvation Army's Hospitality House can continue to deteriorate into a community shame, or we can pull together, rebuild, and reclaim our community's history of doing the right thing.
Later may last 'cause the times they are a